look who's with me. This is Gavin Schmidt. Gavin is star player for the men's volleyball team. 6'10"?
6'10", yeah.
5'4". I can't have heels. I can't find them in the closet. So look at our little gizmo. Although this isn't really going to help much, but
it adds a little bit. You know, any little bit helps, right?
Thank you so much for coming in.
It's my pleasure.
And
Thanks
congratulations. You know, I tell you what, if you're watching at home, you may not realize just how tall the men are who competed the elite level volleyball internationally. I watched in London. I watched the men, and that was one thing that struck me. And the other thing that struck me is it's such an exciting sport, and we're going to see it at the Olympics for the first time in many, many years.
It is. You know, on the international stage, I'm not even a big guy. Like, there's a lot of people.
6'10" is not a big guy?
Well, there's a lot of people 6'10", and there's guys bigger. There's guys in Russia who are playing who are 7'2", 7'3".
Well, I was struck by that. But anyway, the most important thing is you're there. Let's look at that tape again, because that's such a blast to look at that. Tell me about the moment, what it was like to be in there, Gavin.
Well, honestly, we were in separate rooms. So the stream was a little bit slow, and I was in one room and guys were in another room. And it was 24-24 in the game. We were watching to find out if we were going or not. And we didn't even know that we had qualified until we heard guys running out in the hallway cheering. So we just ran to join them, and we didn't even see the last point.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy.
Pent up, Barcelona, 1992, the last time that Canada had a men's volleyball team in there. And now you get to plan for the future. But for you personally, the star for the team, coming back, what you also may not know about Gavin is just in January, you were having some very serious medical issues, surgery, right, for stress fracture?
Yeah, so I had a stress fracture in my right shin, a bad black line fracture, and I couldn't play the other qualifier. So January 12th, they went in and they hammered a rod down the center of my shin and anchored it with 2 screws. So I was just doing rehab for about 4 months leading up to the qualifier.
Yeah, but this was supposed to be something that kept you out of competition for 6 months, and you've really accelerated the recovery, having you to come back in order to compete.
Yeah, typically it takes about 6 months, but I was at a very good center in Vancouver, Fortius, and they helped me out a ton, working day by day with physio, strength and conditioning coaches and everything. And somehow they made it happen. They were able to get me there.
Well, I think part of it has got to be your will too, because this moment hasn't come along, and probably at this point in your athletic career, might this be the last Olympic chance? Are you thinking about for you? Because you're 30, right?
I'm 30, and I've had 2 surgeries, so you never know if you can make 4 more years and do it again, if it's possible. You know, I'm not saying no, but I can't say for sure that I will. So it's a big one to actually get it on possibly my last chance.
So given getting there with the injury, given Canada's getting there for the first time since '92, what does it mean to you to be going to the games?
It's like words can't even describe it. Like, messages have been pouring in, and it's pure emotion. That scene in the hallway shows it all. It's just pure emotion. You can't think of anything. It's just pure happiness and emotion from all the guys. That's the only way I can put it into words.
Isn't it terrific? Tell me a little bit about Own the Podium and all of this, because one of the things we're going to be talking about when we get to Rio is the fact that Own the Podium, with its funding, has really focused on team sports in the last 4 years, in the last 5 years, really, and it's bearing fruit now. $1 million started to go to men's volleyball in 2013. You're up to $1,075,000 right now. How much of a difference has that funding meant to the program?
Unbelievable.
Really?
I mean, before we had that, when we were based out of Winnipeg in our first summers here, we were trying to scrounge money together to go to competitions, to train, to do all sorts of things. And that money came in. It allows us to go early to competitions, to acclimatize, to get used to the time change, to set up practice matches before we get to the main events. It's so helpful, because volleyball doesn't get a ton of funding, and them helping us with that really allows us to do a lot more with our playing, our scheduling, and our training.
And to compete with the other big teams, and there are many. There are 12 in the tournament, 2 pools of 6. Here's yours. Brazil, host and #1. Italy, USA. You've got France and Mexico. But on the other side, you've got Russia and Poland, the Iranians who are surging. I mean, the competition is going to be intense, to say the least. Set up the tournament for us.
Well, it'll be a tough go for us. We're in what people are calling the pool of death. I mean, France just won the last World. You never won there. France just won the last World Championships. USA qualified out of World Cup. We're playing against some of the very best teams in the world. So we're going to go, and our goal is not to just be tourists there. You know, we want to go try and get a medal. So we got to finish top 4 in that pool play, come out of that pool, and make a push from there.
I love that. Our goal is not to go as tourists.
That's not what we said that before we even went to qualify. We said that when we qualified. We're not going there just to be at the Olympics. We're going there to compete, and we want to be successful, and we're going there to try to get a medal for Canada.
Well, you savor these months coming up between now and then. I know you have a lot to get ready for. Imagine for me August the 5th in that red and white Canadian uniform, I guess. You've seen what it looks like walking into Maracana as a Canadian Olympian.
That's something you feel here, you know. It's not so much up here. It's really, you feel it in your heart. And that's a feeling that I don't know how many Canadians wish they could do, and we get a chance to do it right now. So I'm pretty excited and very, very heart-struck by it.
Well, listen, you have good luck with the training. Watch that leg and
try.
be careful as you train, and we'll look forward to seeing you over in Rio. Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
Tremendous moment for volleyball, for team sports in Canada, and all the best. Gavin
So
Schmidt,
very
our
much.
guest here as we get set for Rio and August the 5th opening ceremony. Of course, CBC, your Olympic broadcaster.